Psychic Sleuth. We've had kind of a crazy day here today, but I wanted to get this reading out. I did it back on June 18th, and I will post it in my group. I did it with a group of people. I have screenshots if you don't believe me, but it was done back then. So I can get past, present, and future for those of you who don't know or haven't really watched me. Not all of this reading is going to fit Brittany, as others seem to interconnect and come in no matter how hard I try to keep it focused, so it can get a bit confusing. Also, I did notice that this may match some of this case that I'm working on now. After I went back through and typed this all up, because I hadn't had it typed up prior, but I went back in the group and typed it up. Anyways, is the Mexican descent from El Paso back in March, and then again in July 7th. I have screenshots. I heard the song El Paso by Marty Robbins. I wasn't really sure where it was fitting, why I was hearing it, whatever. Well, a girl's been missing there as of the 13th of this month, so this may be why. I'm not sure. I mean, that might be why the whole Mexican descent thing, because I've noticed that it seems like some of the stuff I got in her, I also got in Brittany and in Jennifer. But it seems like that some of her stuff may have come in Jennifer's as well, Cheryl's. So it seems like Brittany's been kind of reaching out for a little bit, and I wasn't even aware. But that's what they do. For some reason, the cases happen when they're supposed to happen, so that they can interconnect in the way that they do. Anyways, I do feel that this is the guy that did this is a dealer type person. After going back through the reading and when I was typing it out, I remember other cases interconnect, so that's just how it works. I did send someone today to see to an area that we were thinking about for a very long time. We did find something. We did forwarded it. I don't know if it's connected to Brittany at all. If it's not, then it's someone definitely that was reaching out very strongly. So like I say, I don't know who it's going to be connected to. We won't know till further notice. And as that comes out, I will let you guys know. So I did want to, I do get other spirits, as we know. So at the beginning, I started to get flashes, and then it was rewinding, and it was really fast, and I couldn't really catch it, but like she was playing it back for me or something. I kept getting reference to a car and her getting in one. She says, if only I never gotten into that car. And then at the end of the story, before it rewinds, that's where it starts. It's her getting in or out of the car. I hear the door slam, so either she caught a ride from somewhere or something like that. I see her get out of the car, I hear the door slam, and then I'm shown a road, shown a house before I was shown the side of the road. She was all mixed up when she started coming in, and I feel she wasn't in the best of crowd. It felt like drugs were involved somewhere. I kept getting a Mex-looking dude grab her arm. Like I said, it might be the case I'm working on now. If it's not this guy, I don't really know what this guy looks like. I wasn't really shown a great picture of him, but I kept getting like a mixture. Anyways, so I heard, now remember, not all this is going to pertain to her, but I heard Julio, excuse me, the month of March, I got a clover, hard to follow, it was really hard to follow her energy. She said, on the side of the road somewhere, she kept showing me side of the road. I got the mention of a house, and maybe she was out there prior. She kept showing me the side of a road and how it goes down an embankment into trees. And there are parts of the road that are curvy. I heard I-95 and number 25. I-95 came in Jennifer's, 25 actually just came in the one I just did too, in another reading a long time ago. So, interconnection there. She kept showing me a Mexican dude. I don't know if he's four, just resembles it. Seems like it. It may be the timing of it too, because it seems that whatever happened today with me turning in the information, whatever happened is also happening the same day that I'm doing the reading for this. So they know that prior, and that might be why that is like that. Anyways, shorter but skinny, tough looking tats, arms, possible neck. Then switches to her showing me she's dancing in a bar or club. I think she's drunk or dancing sexy, maybe a different night, or symbolic of partying. Could be symbolic of a party girl, or she was at a party that night. Also sweet and tough, but she could be a bitch when she needed to be. I feel like she got herself into a bad situation with bad people, bad person, or both. There's a reference to taking a bump of some coke. I don't know if it's him or her, but maybe just to symbolize drugs. So mention of drugs surrounding one of them or both of them, but I do think that she did them either this night and did them, like, period. I see it on her hand. She's snorting, says she's got nothing to hide. The beginning I kept hearing ride or die, and then I get a reference to a car. I think it's white or light colored. I got shown the color white and then reference to a motorcycle as well. I don't know if this guy has one or is on, or I don't know. That might come in another case as well. But also I got I-95 again. Reference to frenzy, sort of angry attack on her. I don't know if this fits her, but I got a reference to a knife as well as hands on my throat. So this may have been a threatening nature at one point or another. Since I've done a reading on Jennifer, I believe that a gun and blast to my head might be Brittany. Hearing words, I didn't run off. I wonder if she ever did some sort of prostitution, because it feels that way. And some type of sort of that thing involved with this guy. This guy looks like he may have gang ties or something like that. Hearing something about an envelope, see her licking it. I don't know if it's a letter or money. So, see this guy in jail or has done some jail time or will be in jail. I see him behind bars trying to figure out the relationship. Some way she may have crossed him. She owed him, and he got mad. Reference to rape comes in. I see her rolling down an embankment off the side of the road. It's like he just took her out and rolled her down, but it's a spot that's kind of heavily wooded with bushes. I also get a reference to being tied up. My wrists are tied to a chair. Reminds me of an old case I know. I get reference to similar cases. So that may be symbolic as well. Then we come in with the Mexican link again. I don't know if it is this case. Maybe he has ties, or if it's the case I'm working now. It's just the timing of it, and that's why it came in like that, because of the timing. So, I think at some point this was to teach a lesson, because I hear him arguing in the car. There's a back and forth. I don't know if he was a dealer, pimp, boyfriend, something like that. She's mixed in to the fact she says he owned me, but it's all very as far as who she's mixed up with. I think the guy feels protected, feels bigger, like there may be trafficking in some sense connected to, feels ties go beyond gang and possibly into mafia ties. They usually hide their victims pretty well, but I don't know, this sort of happened like she knew too much, shot too much, was going to run, double-crossed him. Heard the word kids, so I don't know if she has any. There was a reference to a ring. She kept showing me a ring on her finger, so I don't know if she's married or not, or engaged. That's usually when I get that. She says after a second curve, I feel like this road has curves to it, or is windy. I don't know if there's hills or mountains. Kind of looks like the outskirts. I got referenced, and it's a BFE from Jennifer might fit here. I told reference to river and lake nearby, here outskirts. I feel like this place had more of a town, city-ish feel, where she was at, but now she's not in the city. He killed her in a car on the side of the road, and definitely a car comes into play, and then he's just left me like trash, she says. Reference to 63, the month of August, which is interesting. Number 53, I hear an argument in my head with lots of cussing, and it's like he lost at something along the lines. And as I'm talking now, like he double-crossing Biatch. So I feel he's connected in some way to the ring, like he's connected to her or her husband or boyfriend or whoever it is, fiance. There's someone that's connected to a ring that's connected to him. It's all kind of connected together. Can't help but feel that. And at some point, it feels like some sort of relationship here. Hearing Bad Boy in that song, Bad Boys, what you gonna do? So I don't know if that just means he's a bad boy or he's gonna get arrested at some point, or he is arrested at some point. A reference to him wearing white shirts. I get jerseys that button up. He wears sometimes tennis shoes, short or baggy pants, reference to tagging. So I don't know if that's just gang symbolism or what. That's come up in a few readings, though. I get the reference to color red. So that may fit actually the El Paso case that I'm working on. So I also get there's some sort of bridge nearby there. Goes over a river, creek. I see the word Indian. Hear the words that bastard. I get reference to hands in my back pocket. Could be money. You know how you take hands out of someone's back pocket. Says if I only made better choices. I don't know, this may interconnect Twilight, but I kept hearing like Alejandro, Ali. It could just be a nickname. in the word Jesus, Jesus, but Mexican sounding. So, but then I was shown a church, so I don't know if she was actually talking about a name or a church, or if there's a guy in connection too. And again, I don't know if that's going to be this reading. It's kind of matching the one I'm working on now. So I feel like she's where people pass by, they don't stop, they don't look. I don't know if they did, probably, if they did, she's probably brush, trees, whatever, hard to see. Something, it's hard to see her. And then I felt, so it's not like he's carrying her or burning her or anything like that. I just see rolling down a hill, rolling down an embankment into a ravine type cliff thing, and stopped. He just stopped, rolled her out. I felt the sensation of rolling, ravine, easy peasy. Got reference to a pool out or a camping area nearby. Don't know if that's here. That I think that might be the case I'm working on now. Hear the words hostile territory. I don't know if he's got ties to New York or someone does. That may be Jennifer's reading. Or New York comes in somehow, wondering if this was done, because this was done before Jen, so I know her husband does have ties. So, or it could be this guy. I saw a Puerto Rican flag, so there's going to be a reference there. I'm not really sure. I didn't really know where that was going to come in at. I heard the words Broadway, no clue. Reference to A, reference to G, reference to P. Somewhere, there's a tear tat under an eye of a connection. There's reference to neck tats and gel tats. She kept showing me she really doesn't like or understand how she got herself into a situation. She kept saying I should have known. I think Boo from Cheryl's, because Cheryl's reading, she's like, belongs here. Color pink and violet. Keep showing that he could have killed me one day, and then reference to Bruce's black eye for someone. Kept twiddling her fingers. Reference to flyers and canvases, meaning people walking neighborhoods for a bit, and then she feels sort of forgotten. Hear the words dead end to the case. Hear the words it's cold as a cold case. I don't know why I got a reference to 2013. She kept playing with the ring on her finger. It shows me fluffy clouds. Not sure if it's symbolic or not. She weighs heavy on some minds. Hear the words my mama. See lightning strike, which is weird because a lightning strike happened in Florida. I did in Auto-Write 3 mention a lightning strike. If you guys want to go back over my random auto-writes, a lot of what's been happening in the world I did foretell, which I'm now going to say that a couple months, well, I'll talk to it. Let me finish this real quick and then I'll tell you, because I keep forgetting to mention it in my videos. So anyway, see the lightning strike. So I'm just wondering if it has anything to do with what happened today. I don't know. In the reference to timing, because that happened as well. So, reference to berries for some reason. She says she's really not hard to find. She says it seems so simple. Hear the word litter bug or something with bug in it. Hear the word Japanese flowers. Hear the words Augusta. She says this is a Hail Mary. It's her personality, and she feels how she feels about this, but we gotta try it. I hear words justice for many. No clue if he's connected to more, but I can't get over this feeling like some kind of relationship. Not sure exactly what though. She shows me hearts. I hear the last name Hammond, and then I heard this is Brittany bitch. Strong personality. Yep, that was her personality. Wild, funny. Here, 65. Can see the area pretty well. Not getting names. I wasn't getting names connected at the time, but then I asked her where she was, and she showed me a sheep. She said sheep, so sheep, lamb, something along those lines. Could be symbolic, could be in the name. I asked her where she was. That's what I saw. I got a reference to a house and then a warehouse. I don't know if this describes her, but I heard the word hip. She showed me her smoking pot. Green came in. The name Mary came in the day before, and it was bugging me. 12 has come in a lot. I see it could go here. It seems, since I did this reading, she's poked in a few other readings, such as BFE, I think it's Jennifer, that came in Jennifer. Even before Cheryl with the Boo, a few others. I kept feeling like I was rolling, and I was hearing ravine as I had my person in. After looking at the map, I found Lamb Road. I tried to send someone there. More to come on this, I think. If it's not her, like I said, I'm picking up someone along the side of the road that does match what I saw. So back to what I wanted to mention. I keep forgetting to mention in my videos. So I've been wanting to do another random auto-write. I'm going to get to that soon. But a couple months ago, I posted in my group, and I may mention it in my random auto-write videos, about me being in an earthquake in California. This was way before this ever happened. So I had a dream about it. I mentioned it in my group. I believe I might have said something about it in the random auto-writes. Anyways, we did end up having an earthquake, but I want to say, and this is not to scare you, but I've had a feeling, and I said after that happened that it was going to be like a chain reaction. So, I want to tell you that I did get an random auto-write reference to a reference to San Diego, Mexico area, a reference to over here by the ocean, Ventura, that way, and a reference to San Francisco. I saw the San Francisco Bridge. Also, the reference to Southern California. I heard the big one was going to hit Southern California. I don't know when or anything like that. I got a reference to September. I'm not sure what year. So this is just a heads up. I've been meaning to tell you guys because it was something that was really strong, something I got way before we ever had an earthquake, and I just wanted to reiterate that so that people can be prepared. If I'm wrong, that would be great. I really don't want it to happen. I hope to be out of here by then, but I like to, let people, I feel like I get premonition or whatever to warn people. So if you guys go back on the random auto rates, you will see that a lot of stuff has happened that I had said. It's all posted in the group. I try to keep things validated. I don't know why I get those kind of things, if it's just to validate or not. So I'm hoping to do another one soon. I'm trying to get things out the best that I can. I've got a lot going on right now. Please join the group. Please sign my petition, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care.